Hello and welcome back. We're going to do some ribs this evening. So I've got a pile of ribs here that I'm going to prepare. These are from Grasmere, again, very, very good butchers. These are, they don't need much preparing or much messing with. We're going to do a really simple one. So if this is the first time you're doing ribs and you want to follow along, this is a really, really easy one. We're basically going to take the membrane off these. You can leave it on, you can take it off. Don't let anyone tell you what's the best way, whatever works for you. I like to take them off, it's just a bit easier. Live your own life. We're just going to put salt, pepper and garlic on these, both sides. We're going to wrap them in foil and bung them in the smoker for a nice slow cook.
So are you taking the membrane off?
I'm going to take the membrane off, yeah. I'll demonstrate that in the next section, just for anybody else wants to bother doing it. You can do this on the kettle barbecue just as well. You can do it in a smoker, whichever works for you, whatever you got. You don't have to go out and buy a smoker just for ribs. You can do them perfectly well on a Weber kettle or an equivalent sort of kettle. So I'm going to get washed up and do the membrane bit. Okay, so we're going to take the membrane off. You want a not sharp knife, an ordinary table knife, butter knife, something like that, without too much of a sharp edge on it. We're going to slide this under the membrane, between the membrane and the bone, just to get it started. So you can see that that's gone in quite nicely, and just lever it up like that, and then either using a paper towel or a clean tea towel that goes straight in the wash, and then you can just hopefully pull it off in one go like that. And then got a big old lump of fat, it needs trimming up, but that's it, that's the prep done. That's salt and garlic and pepper. I'll do the others in the foil, wrap them up. I'll show you what they look like when they're parcelled up, and then I'll go and light the smoker. Oh, sorry, testes.
Testes.
Hello. Right. Hello. These are wrapped up now. I'll just put a bit of salt, garlic and pepper on them, as much as you like to have. I like a lot of salt, I like a lot of pepper, I like a lot of garlic, so guess what? There's a lot on there. I wrap these, I poach them to start with basically, and soften them up, because ribs are a tough old bird. You want to get them nice and soft to a point where the meat is coming away from the bone, and then they can come out and they can sit in the smoke. So they're not actually going to get any smoke on them, they're just going to get cooked at a low temperature in the smoker to start with. When they come out, I'll put some wood on.
Are you putting any barbecue sauce on any of them?
Yeah, last minute. So that'll go on last minute. I want to get the smoke into the meat first, so I've got a few chunks of apple wood. I've still got some apple that Joe Leonard gave us, so that'll go on again, because pork and apple goes really well together anyways. Fruit woods are great for this kind of thing. And then, yeah, they'll go into the smoke for probably another couple of hours after they softened up. And then last minute, probably for the last 30 minutes or so, they'll get a few coats of whatever barbecue sauce you like, and that'll not crisp up, but it'll form a nice sort of gummy coating on them and give a bit more taste. So let's come back a little later when we've got these on the smoker. Okay, it started to rain. Oh dear. Right, it's been in the smoke it's been on the smoker for about 3 hours, so we're going to just check it out and just see what they're like. Hopefully they'll be right. You can see there where the meat started to come away from the bones. It's nice and soft at that end, so they're ready to come out and they get a bit more smoke directly on them. So I'll take them out, put them in the rack, put them back on, probably put a couple of lumps of apple wood on them, and give them another couple of hours in the smoke, and then they'll be about ready. But about half an hour before they're ready, we'll come out and put some barbecue sauce on them, and they'll be done by about hopefully 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. All right. Okay, so we've got the grill on for the necklaces. I've got necklaces prepared. What I mean by necklaces is these flexible skewers, which are really, really good for veggies and stuff and halloumi. These are excellent for halloumi. If you've got a bunch of halloumi to do, these are great because they're really thin, because halloumi will crack. You know what it's like. Even if you get it to room temperature, it'll split and crack. These fine points are great for just halloumi skewers, but anything you can get, if you can get anything on the grill that's vegetable, use whatever you can get to make it work. Okay, let's go over here. The ribs are coated now.
Yummy.
So 4 racks in there in the smoke, and they've got a nice coat of, I think it's Reds. Have we got today? Reds barbecue?
Yeah, it's red
So-
sauce, Kansas City sauce or something.
Yeah,
isn't it?
so whatever barbecue sauce you like. It's, again, the sugar is an important thing because it's going to caramelise and coat those ribs and keep them nice and moist for the last sort of hour.
And yeah, you put that on about half an hour before. they're
Yeah,
ready.
between an hour and half an hour before the end. So I've closed off most of the vents now, so it's just warming them and caramelising them, so it should coat quite nicely. They're nice and soft now. So I'm going to get these veggies on. They should only take about 25 minutes to do, and then we can eat. So we'll come back when we're serving up. Auntie Linda, Lucas he's not hungry, he's just complaining because that's what he does. We're ready to eat now. If you have a quick look at this, so these ribs are soft enough,
Oh wow,
I think,
definitely.
and the veggies and the halloumi are nicely toasted and ready to go. So we're going to cut this short, and we'll come up with something next weekend. But we're going to crack on with this and see how much we can get through. But I think there's going to be a bit of leftovers. We'll see. But yeah, have a cracking weekend. Happy Veggie Day, everyone, and we'll see you soon.